Konnichiwa, Paul des. I'm going to show you a very useful idiom which will help you communicate smoothly with native speakers. And I'll show you how to make your Japanese accent a little bit easier for foreigners to understand. Today's phrase is
over the top.
A little over the top, don't you think?
A little over the top.
First, I'll show you where the phrase comes from and what it means. Second, we'll look in sound by sound detail about how to pronounce the phrase correctly. And third, we'll look at one of the big differences between American pronunciation and British pronunciation. The phrase over the top comes from the battlefields of the First World War, mainly around 1916 in Western Europe, where the soldiers would try to stay safe by digging a very deep trench, which is just a big hole in the ground. And then many of them were ordered to do something that I just can't even imagine doing, but millions of men did this and died doing it. They were asked to try to move forward and take land. So they had to climb out of their trench to the ground level and then run directly into the enemy's machine gun fire. Today, the meaning is to do something that is beyond acceptable limits, to do something extreme that's almost crazy, something way too much. Sometimes you will hear the phrase shortened to just OTT. Something is OTT, it's over the top. And often before over the top, you'll hear a bit over the top, or a little over the top, or sometimes a little bit over the top. So how do you use the phrase? Well, an example would be, I thought the Christmas decorations were a bit over the top. Or, the guests at the wedding thought the wedding cake was a little over the top.
A little over the top, don't you think?
That was an American pronunciation. So it's a little bit different to the way that I would say it because I'm from England, but it's generally the same. And I'll show you where the differences are. He said a little over the top. So here we've got the phonetic transcript of a little over the top. These are symbols from the International Phonetic Alphabet because they're the best way to represent sounds, much better than letters of the alphabet. The first one is and that is a schwa sound, the number one most common sound in all of English, and it creates rhythm. So it's not a little, it's a little. Next we have li, again a relaxed sound, I. Be careful not to say li, it's not little, it's I, little. D, because when a t sound is in the middle of a word, it's often pronounced as a d. But in this case, it's a little bit different because you don't actually flap your tongue down. The next sound is l. So you keep the tip of your tongue touching the top of your mouth. So you don't say d, l, it's just d. And then the sides of your tongue drop. L, 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 l. You should be able to feel cool air rushing around your tongue if you breathe in. That's how you know you have the correct L position. And here we have linking because the L is a consonant sound. It's at the end of the word, and the beginning of the next word is a vowel, so we get linking. It's as if the word was lover, lover.
Lover. Low.
One thing that's different between my pronunciation and the American pronunciation is here. The Americans would say over, but I would say another schwa, over, One extra thing to notice, make sure you make a v sound, not a b, not oba, ov. The, you probably know how to say the. And here's another difference between British and American. British accent would be o, top, top. But Americans are tap, tap.
A little over the top, a little over the top, a little over the top.
And finally we have the p sound. But the symbol is there, and that shows that you don't release the p. You don't say p. It's not top, but it's just top. You keep your lips closed. Top. One of the key differences between the American accent and the British accent is in the vowels made at the back of the mouth, back open vowels. So for example, in words like top, hot, coffee, doctor, I would use the o vowel, o. But Americans use more of an ah. See if you can hear the difference in these examples.
Top secret.
But it's top secret.
I didn't realize the plate was so hot.
Be careful! Very hot plate! Very hot!
Coffee table on the left-hand side.
All right, coffee. Yeah, coffee, great.
Doctor, what sound?
Doctor what?
Quick review. Over the top means to do something beyond an acceptable limit, or to go to an extreme, or to do too much.
Get over the top of it.
I hope that was useful. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And if you liked this video and you want to watch more like this, press subscribe, and I'll see you next time.